What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Monday, April 10th, 2023, and we're talking MLB player props over on Prize Picks today. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We'll kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's plays, and then we're just going to dive on into a few player props that I like that are already on the board, inclusive of our 4-bagger swagger call. So if you like the way that sounds, I encourage you to stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, and click that notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from yesterday. 1 and 2 on the day. Man, so close, so close. Let's run through this and talk about it. Number 1, we had Tyler Mahle over 5.5 strikeouts, comes through, gets a 6. And then we had the over Nerfy for Kopech and Abieto in the Pittsburgh and White Sox game. That actually was one of the lowest scoring games on the slate yesterday, and they did end up scoring 1 run in that first inning. I was very surprised. If you listen to yesterday's video, then you know that that series, the White Sox and Pirates series, had been going off the last few games. And in this game, only 8 hits were allowed and 1 run was allowed, and it was in the second inning. So I was really hopeful that that first run would come in the first inning with how well these offenses had been playing. And then we had the over Mike Trout, 8.5 fantasy points. Hooked us, gave us 8 fantasy points. A lot of opportunity there to drive in runs or just to get on base a few extra times. Just wasn't able to do it. 8 fantasy points on the day is decent. We needed 9 from him, and he was also our 4-bagger swagger call. So the theory there, or the logic there, is if he hits a home run, he checks the box on the 4-bagger swagger, and then he obviously goes over his fantasy points. So 2 losses, 1 win on the day. 1 and 2, we look to bounce back today and go 3-0, 4-0 with these player props. So without further delay, let's transition over to the Prize Picks board and talk about some of these plays. All right, first play on the board is going to be a pitcher strikeout prop, and I want to talk a little bit about JP Sears, 4.5 strikeouts today versus the Baltimore Orioles. I like the over on this one. Let's head on over to props.cash and talk about it. Pulling up numbers for JP Sears of the Oakland Athletics. We can see that this is currently propped -120 to go under, -106 to go over. I'm focusing more on what Baltimore has been doing at the plate this season versus right-handed pitching, coming in as the 3rd worst team in the MLB versus left-handed pitching, whiffing at basically 30%. That is huge. Not a huge drop off from last year where they finished in 2022, 25.2 whiff rate versus left-handed pitching. That was good for 4th worst best in the league. This year they're at number 3. Looking specifically at Sears, first start of the season versus Cleveland, got 5 strikeouts in that game versus a really disciplined Cleveland Indians team. So that's very promising. Averaging .68 strikeouts per inning. I know that doesn't look all that great. However, when we look at this Cleveland or Baltimore roster here, currently on this roster, there are 11 strikeouts in this lineup. He needs 5 today. Looking at what opposing pitchers have done versus this Orioles offense, right-handed pitchers, going back to the 30th was the first game. We had 4 from Kluber, 5 from Huck, 7 from Gray, 11 from DeGrom, 3 from Schmidt, and then 2 from Brito. I still like the over on this 4.5 prop for JP Sears, and he's going to be our first player prop on the day. Our second player prop on the board is going to be a Nerfy or no-run first inning, and I want to go over to the Houston Astros Pittsburgh Pirates game, focusing on Roansy Contreras and Framber Valdez. I like the under on this 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Let's head back to props.cash and pull up some info on this. All right, we're gonna use the Nerfy tool here over on props.cash. Gonna scroll down to the Framber Valdez, Roansy Contreras matchup here. We can see that Framber brings in an 88% hit rate in terms of not allowing a first run in that first inning. Overall record back in 2022, 25-6, and then for Roansy, 8-0 home record, and then 15-2 overall. So let me go ahead and start this over again. Away record for Framber Valdez, 15-2, and then overall record 25-6. So whether he's home or away, it doesn't really seem to impact his numbers. He's pretty consistent. Same thing with Roansy at home, 8-0, and then on the road he's 7-2. So still really good percentages for these two dudes. Implied probability here, 71.3% to stay under 0.5, meaning good chance that they don't allow a first inning run. And then minus 122 odds to stay under on this one, minus 104 to go over. You have two very good pitchers on the mound today, very low earned run pitchers. I would not say either one of them are high strikeout pitchers, but they're pitching smart. They're, inducing a lot of ground balls, a lot of balls that are in play are hit. A lot of balls that are in play are being hit to, position players. So they're not finding the gaps. They're not going for extra base hits, things like that. And that's what we want. When we pick a Nerfy, we want it to be a quick 1-2-3 inning and get the hell out of there. So gonna go with the under with Contreras Valdez, 0.5 first run innings allowed as our second play of the day. All right, and for our third and fourth play of the day, we're gonna roll with Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 total bases. And being that we're rolling with him as our third and final play of the day, you know that we're also gonna be rolling with Paul Goldschmidt as our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Let's head back over to props.cash. Let's dig into some information and find out why I like this play. All right, when we pull up Paul Goldschmidt's numbers over his last 10 games, haven't played 10 games in the season yet. We got 9 games here, but we can see that in terms of hits, Paul Goldschmidt has gone for at least one hit in 7 out of 9 games, and then in 4 out of those 9 games have been multi-hit games, I should say. Now, because we're looking for total bases, we want to look at this prop here. And in those games where he had, multiple hits, he obviously goes over the total baseline. Over here against Milwaukee, we can see that he got us a double with that single hit. And in the other 4 games, he didn't record a hit, or he only got 1 total base, which is not enough for this prop today. However, there's a lot of things working in his favor today. So number 1, excellent splits versus German Marquez in his career, and that's inclusive of 4 home runs and a 425 batting average. We've already gone over what he's done in terms of hits and total bases and the consistency that he plays with, but we also have to factor in the Colorado air, the Coors Field effect, that dynamic. We already know what happens in this ballpark, or what is capable of happening in this ballpark. Balls travel far, they get hit harder, etc., etc. I just really like the way this is shaping up for Paul Goldschmidt today versus the Colorado Rockies in Colorado. We can go back and see that his hitter fantasy score has been bumped up. I don't believe it's been at 9 all season, but because he's playing in Colorado, and then you have the the possibilities there of higher scoring games, you're going to see a lot of these props being bumped up. I do feel that his total bases prop is a bit more realistic, and that's why I want to roll with that. Obviously, we're looking for him to hit a home run today, so that would cover total bases, that would cover hitter fantasy score. But man, in the event he does not hit a home run, he still can get us 2+ bases. So I'm gonna roll with total bases for our third prop with Paul Goldschmidt, and we're calling it 4-bagger swagger. He hits a home run today and gets us over those total bases prop with 1 at bat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us recap the 3 plays we talked about in today's video. Number 1, JP Sears over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. Number 2, we're going to roll with the under on the 0.5 first inning runs allowed for Roansy Contreras and Framber Valdez. And number 3, Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 total bases, and Paul Goldschmidt to hit a home run and check the box for our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Thank you all so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop me a comment below, letting me know who you like on the MLB Prizepicks board today. Also, let me know what you think about these 3 player props that we talked about in this video. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you love them? Or do you just want to leave them alone? Either way, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you all so much for all the continued support, the likes, the subs, the comments. Each and every one of those makes a huge difference and just helps this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Thank you all so much. Best of luck to you all today, tonight, and until tomorrow's MLB Prize Pick Player Props video. Chavez is